In this video, we're going to build this ultra-minimal sidebar from scratch using only HTML and CSS. It has a clean, dark design, smooth hover effects, and a modern UI. We'll create the layout step by step, add navigation icons, and style every section. You'll also learn how to make the active menu stand out with a simple CSS effect. No frameworks, no complicated code, just clean HTML and CSS. Before we begin building the sidebar, let's quickly set up our project. First, create a new folder named Ultra Minimal Sidebar. Inside this folder, add the two required images, menu.jpg and profile.jpg. Next, create an index.html file for the structure and a style.css file for the styling. With our project organized and everything ready, we can start building this clean and modern sidebar step by step. Now, let's create the basic HTML structure. First, I'll add the HTML5 template. Then, I'll set the page language to English and add the meta tags. After that, I'll give the page a title and connect the style.css file. Our basic setup is now complete, and we're ready to start building the sidebar. Next, let's connect the material symbols library. This allows us to use beautiful Google icons in our sidebar. Now we're ready to start adding the navigation icons. First, let's create the sidebar container using the aside element. This will hold all the navigation content. Next, let's add the brand section. I'll insert the menu icon, then add the website name, Design&Media. This will appear at the top of the sidebar and give it a clean, professional look. Next, create the navigation menu. This is where we'll add all the sidebar items. Now, let's add the navigation links. Each menu item contains a Google material icon and a text label. I'll add dashboard, overview, and analytics. The dashboard item has the active class, so it will be highlighted as the current page. This creates a clean and easy-to-use navigation menu. Next, let's add a few more navigation items. I'll create projects, groups, and settings. Just like before, each item includes a material icon and a text label. This gives our sidebar a complete and well-organized navigation menu. Finally, let's add the profile section. I'll insert the profile image, then add the user's name and role. This section appears at the bottom of the sidebar and gives the interface a clean and professional finish. First, let's import the Inter font from Google Fonts. This font gives our sidebar a clean, modern, and professional look. Now, let's define our CSS variables. Here, I'm adding the background color, accent color, text color, muted color, and glass effect. First, let's reset the default spacing and set the Inter font for the entire page. Then, I'll make the body take the full screen and add a dark background. This gives us a clean base before we start styling the sidebar. Now, let's style the sidebar. I'll fix it to the left side of the screen and give it a compact width. Then, I'll add padding, rounded corners, and a subtle border for a clean modern look. Using Flexbox, we'll arrange everything in a vertical layout. Finally, I'll add a smooth hover animation that expands the sidebar and displays a soft shadow, making the interface feel more interactive. Now, let's create the text reveal effect. By default, the heading, menu labels, and profile information are hidden. When we hover over the sidebar, they smoothly fade in. This keeps the sidebar clean in its collapsed state and provides a modern, interactive user experience. Next, let's style the brand section. I'll align the logo and the website name using Flexbox. Then, I'll set the logo size and add rounded corners for a modern look. Finally, I'll style the heading with a clean font, making the brand section simple, professional, and easy to read. Now, let's style the navigation menu. I'll use Flexbox to arrange the menu items vertically and add a small gap between them. Each item is aligned using Flexbox with proper spacing, padding, and rounded corners. I'll also set the default text color and remove the underline. Finally, I'll add a smooth hover effect that changes the text color and adds a subtle glass background for a clean, modern look. Now, let's style the active menu item. I'll add a beautiful gradient background using the accent colors. Then, I'll change the text color to white and apply a soft glowing shadow. This makes the active page stand out and gives the sidebar a modern, premium look. Finally, let's style the profile section. I'll use Flexbox to align the profile image and text. Then, I'll add some padding, rounded corners, and a subtle glass background to make it stand out. The profile image is displayed as a circle with a thin border, giving the sidebar a clean and professional finish. Now, Let's style the profile information. I'll make the user's name slightly larger and brighter so it stands out. Then, I'll style the role with a smaller font and a muted color. This creates a clean visual hierarchy and gives the profile section a polished look. And that's it. Our ultra-minimal sidebar is now complete. It features a clean, dark theme, smooth hover animation, glowing active menu, and a modern profile section. Everything was built using only HTML and CSS, with no frameworks or JavaScript. I hope you learned something new from this tutorial. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more web design tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.